horror games and I. Our relationship is, let's say, complicated. I really want to enjoy playing horror games, but I don't see how anyone actually manages to do so. Why would anyone want to put themselves through all of that suffering? Why would you on purpose want to get scared? It's kinda like drinking mineral water. Water that stings while you drink it. I actually do enjoy mineral water. Or like eating very spicy food. I really do not enjoy spicy food. By the way, does anyone else get hiccups from spicy food? But recently I had to defend my manly madness and played some Resident Evil Village. The giant lady one. And it really showed me again what makes me not play those games. We all understand that everything basically works towards you being scared. I mean, that's literally the name of the game. But most of the time, it's just a jump scare. I feel like those are chosen because they are easy to implement. Some loud sound effect and a face that fills about 80% of the screen. Done. But it's not really horror, is it? I'm actually asking, can this be seen as horror? What is horror actually? Let's check together. Yay, learning stuff. An intense feeling of fear, shock or disgust. Alright, let's check fear. Hold on, we're sidetracking right now, but we'll get there. In the meantime, what did you have for breakfast today? Ah, really? Alright, here we go. An unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, pain or harm. So, since many games rely heavily on jump scares and the feeling of horror comes from the fear of the looming next jump scare, so the tension of the expectation of the upcoming jump scare, they are indeed horror games. When playing Resident Evil Village, it was kinda easy to figure out when the next scare is gonna happen. Usually it's connected with walking through a door frame, rounding a corner, or triggering something that puts your character on rails. Like making your character slowly pull a lever or, I don't know, put icing on a cake or whatever. The issue here is you can't outsmart the scare. Does that make sense? Because you can't not trigger it. And you can't really counteract it in any way, no matter how sure you are that something is gonna happen. And Resident Evil Village is a great example because it still provides a moment where the opposite is the case, be it unintentionally. On PS5 it seems to have aim assist on by default. And as old people, we take any assistance we can get. So when you aim, the targeting jumps to an enemy if there is one kinda close by. In one place, you have to wade through a flooded basement. And you wouldn't believe it if I told you, but there are actually enemies lurking under the water. There, you can actually outsmart the game by just aiming and having your reticule? Is that the word? You can have your crosshair show where the next enemy will be. But that's pretty much cheating the system. The rest of the game is, as I said before, you know it's gonna happen. You know exactly what will happen. You just can't do anything against it. So what would usually happen is that I'm sitting there on the couch, controller in hand, knuckles white and teeth ground down. And while pushing the joystick forward, I would then push myself backwards into the couch to gain as much distance as possible from the TV. The whole outsmarting the scare is actually the reason why I liked Dead Space, the first one. There you had those abominations that would best be killed by cutting off the limbs. And they'd also often jump out of some vents or sneak up behind you. But here it was actually possible to prepare. I would often know where they would appear from, or I would get this tingling feeling when I knew one was sneaking up. Spidey senses, but for big wusses. And the game actually didn't constantly take away control. So you could aim in that direction and be ready to shoot. Fun fact, I even made a Dead Space Let's Play on YouTube way back more than 12 years ago. But so far I haven't managed to find it anymore. In my opinion, the scariest thing you can do is having a normal looking person slowly walk towards you and then speed up. This one game, it's called Exit 8, has this as one of the anomalies that you can actually encounter in the game. And of course I didn't play the game, but watching it, it actually made my hair stand straight. And it doesn't even have to be in a horror game. If there is some sneak around and don't get caught mechanic, the moment I do get caught and get chased, I instantly enter fight or flight. Mostly Flight and Flight. Or Cry and Die. Do you remember Amnesia back then? That's a weird sentence. Do you remember Amnesia? You know, the game that made every YouTube creator put their screaming face on a thumbnail for the first time. I did actually try to play that until I saw the monster for the first time. Since you can't fight and have to run and hide, I was very aware of my vulnerable existence there. Apparently the place where I saw the monster for the first time is where the game shows it to you, but then just despawns it, you know, to keep you on edge. Well, it worked. I was sitting there hiding behind some door in game. In reality, it was a sunny day. I was sitting on the couch in the living room next to my mom, and I was severely crapping myself. Oh yeah, also I was goddamn 18 years old. One of my favorite creators on YouTube has always been Sips from the Yogscast. I think you either like his dad humor or you don't. But I can wholeheartedly recommend his Resident Evil 7 playthrough, or at least the highlights compilation of the beginning. That's basically me playing horror games. Now, what are your thoughts about horror games? Also, what horror game tropes and mechanics work the best on you? Remember, for me it was the normal person suddenly walks towards you and accelerates. Kinda like in Inception when the NPCs in the dream started to become agitated. But for now, that's pretty much it. With all of that, I want to thank you very much for watching. I truly hope that you have enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Until then, take care, bye bye.